Alaskan Malamute, Facts and Info. Alaskan Malamute, Facts and Info. The Alaskan Malamute is a strong and powerful breed of dog that closely resembles the wolf. One of the oldest dog breeds out there, this pup is not designed for apartment living or lap sitting. These dogs need an owner who knows what they are doing and someone who is willing to meet the exercise and care needs of a high-energy and independent canine. That being said, the Alaskan Malamute can adapt well to family life and is known to be an extremely social breed that'll make a friend out of everyone they meet. They're also intelligent and fun-loving, making them a relatively easy dog to train. If you're interested in learning more about the Alaskan Malamute and seeing whether they might be the pup for you, keep reading below. Appearance. Alaskan Malamutes are a large breed of dog. Males usually stand up to 25 inches tall and weigh around 85 pounds. Females are normally slightly smaller and stand 23 inches tall and weigh around 75 pounds. However, it is not uncommon for these dogs to weigh over 100 pounds. These pups closely resemble a wolf, appearance-wise. They have a strong, muscular body that is sturdy and built for stamina. Their head is broad and they have erect ears that stand alert. Their muzzle is not long yet it is bulky and their tail is long and feathered, curling over their back. Breed origin. Thousands of years ago, the Alaskan Malamute's predecessors crossed from Siberia to Alaska with native people. One tribe, known as the Malamutes, settled in the northeastern area of the Seward Peninsula. Here the Alaskan Malamute was developed and the breed was used to hunt seals, chase away polar bears and pull sleds. Alaskan Malamutes were established in the United States by Arthur T. Walden, who created a kennel in New Hampshire. He began to breed these dogs and, along with his successors Milton and Eva Seeley, supplied many dogs for the bird Antarctic expeditions in the 1930s. The Seeleys then began a program to reproduce the dogs found in the Norton Sound area of Alaska, creating a strain of the Alaskan Malamutes called Cutepuppies. Another strain of these Arctic dogs, known as the Malamute strain, was also created. However, these dogs were developed by Paul Volcker, Sr. with dogs he bought in Alaska between the early 1900s through to the 1920s. During World War II, many Alaskan Malamutes were loaned out for pulling sleds and carrying heavy loads. Unfortunately, many of them were killed on an expedition to Antarctica during this period. Nowadays, these working dogs are often found as companion and family dogs. Characteristics. The Alaskan Malamute is always gaining popularity, but this purebred breed of dog is still relatively rare in the United States. These pups are normally born in litter sizes of between 4 to 10 puppies, but you may need to go on a waiting list with a breeder. You can expect to pay between $1,000 and $2,000 for an Alaskan Malamute puppy, because they are so rare. Always check that you are buying from a responsible breeder. Coat. The Alaskan Malamute has a dense double coat that consists of a thick, coarse outer coat and a softer undercoat. The outer coat should not be soft or long and is known as the guard coat, protecting them from the elements. The undercoat is 1 to 2 inches deep and oily and woolly to repel any wetness and the cold. While the coat is mostly short, the length increases around the shoulders and neck, down the back, over the rump, in the breeches and on their tail. Unfortunately, these dogs shed a lot and are definitely not the breed for those with allergies. Your vacuum cleaner will become your best friend as soon as you bring an Alaskan Malamute into your home. Brushing these dogs can help to minimize the amount they shed, but we will go into more detail about grooming later on. Color. The Alaskan Malamute can come in a range of coat colors, including gray, black, sable and red. There is a lot of variation and these dogs can come in different shades of the same color. The only solid color that you will see on the Malamute is white, which is normally found on the underbelly, the feet, the legs and sometimes the face. They may also have white markings around their forehead or neck. Daily life. Now we know all about the traits and characteristics of the Alaskan Malamute. it is time to take a look at what living with one of these large dogs every day is really like. Unfortunately, these dogs can be a handle, particularly when it comes to their exercise needs, and this is why they are not recommended for first-time dog owners. Below we will cover their food and diet, their exercise, their trainability, and their grooming requirements. Known health issues. While the Alaskan Malamute is generally healthy and has a long lifespan, like all dogs they can be prone to some health problems. We have laid out the main concerns below. Hip dysplasia. This is when the thigh bone doesn't fit snugly into the hip joint. Some dogs show pain and lameness on one or both rear legs, but you may not notice any signs of discomfort in a dog with hip dysplasia. Elbow dysplasia. This is a common condition in large breed dogs. It can be caused by different growth rates and can cause lameness. It can be fixed with surgery. Von Willebrand's disease. This is a disease that is found in both humans and dogs. It is a blood disorder that affects the clotting process. It cannot be cured, but it can be treated with small surgery. Inherited polyneuropathy. This is characterized by an abnormal gait. You may first notice a lack of coordination and instability within your pup. Treatment has yet to be found. Chondrodysplasia. This is a condition where puppies are born with abnormalities, such as the abnormal shape and length of their limbs. It is also known as dwarfism. There are now tests to see if dogs carry this gene. Cataracts. You might suspect your dog has cataracts if they are constantly bumping into furniture. Cataracts can be cured with surgery. Hypothyroidism. This can be caused by a deficiency of the thyroid hormone and may produce signs that include infertility, obesity, mental dullness, and lack of energy. It can be treated with medication. Hemerolopia, day blindness. Affected dogs may stumble or bump into things. They may also be reluctant to be in the sunlight, preferring to stay in the shade. Fortunately, it can be managed. Regular vet checkups and keeping an eye on your dog will ensure you can catch any of these issues before they become untreatable. Family compatibility. The Alaskan Malamute can make a wonderful family dog to those who understand their needs. Friendly and loving, these dogs believe that everyone they meet is their friend. They're also very loyal to their owners and will see you as their pack, children included. The Malamute is known for being generally gentle and affectionate with children, although they should always be supervised around very young children. They will never intentionally be aggressive or hurt children, they just want to play. But they are a very strong and powerful dog and may end up knocking younger members of the house over. These dogs can get on well with other dogs, especially ones they are raised with. Socialization should always take place, especially if you have other small animals in the home. Thanks to their wolf origins, they are known to chase small animals such as cats unless they are taught not to. It comes as no surprise that the Alaskan Malamute needs a lot of space. They are a large breed dog and won't be happy living in a tiny apartment. They'll also benefit from a yard where they can run and play, in addition to lots of time spent exercising. These dogs will thrive in an active family who will take them hiking and running, as well as those who will teach them tricks and play ball games with them. History of the Alaskan Malamute. The Alaskan Malamute is a wolf dog breed. These Arctic sled dogs descended from wolves and still resemble them very closely, both physically and mentally. Of course, they have also been domesticated over the years and are gaining popularity as a companion dog. The Alaskan Malamute was registered by the American Kennel Club, AKC, in 1935, the same year that the Alaskan Malamute Club of America was formed. Food and diet. The amount you feed your Alaskan Malamute should be based on their age, their weight, and their activity level. You should also check the back of the food packet to see how much of a certain food you should be feeding them based on these factors. Try to find a food that meets all their nutritional requirements. Ideally, you should find a kibble that is formulated for large-sized breeds with high exercise needs. These large dogs love food and will certainly try to get extras from you, or even steal them off the counter. Try to refrain from giving your Malamute too many tidbits and treats, as carrying unnecessary weight can be detrimental to their skeletal health. Lifespan. The Malamute dog has a relatively long life expectancy. These dogs can live on average between 12 to 15 years.